You know, in today's world, there are two totally different ways a voice can be silenced. One way is loud. It's public. It involves federal agents, courtrooms, the whole shebang. But the other? It's silent. It's invisible. It's driven by an algorithm's quiet doubt. Today, we're going to dig into both sides of this new war on free expression. It all kicks off with a headline that just stops you in your tracks. Early one Friday morning, federal agents actually arrest the journalist Don Lemon. I mean, think about it. A guy who's been on major news networks for decades is suddenly in federal custody. And right away, that raises some huge, profound questions about the freedom of the press. And almost immediately, the battle lines are drawn. Lemon's lawyer comes out swinging, framing this not as some simple criminal case, but as a direct assault on the Constitution itself. This quote really sets the stage for a massive legal fight over what a journalist's rights even are. So let's break down the key details here. The arrest involved Lemon and 3 other people, and it wasn't random at all. It's tied directly to a protest he was at a church in Minnesota just a couple of weeks earlier. And listen, when you see both the FBI and Homeland Security involved, well, that tells you the government is taking this incredibly seriously. But the path to this arrest was anything but a straight line. In fact, there was a ton of legal drama. So on January 18th, Lemon is at this protest, filming, doing his job as a journalist. But then the Justice Department tries to get arrest warrants, and a federal judge actually denies them, saying there was, quote, no evidence of a crime. They appeal, and they get denied again. It's only after they go around the judges and convene a grand jury that they finally get the indictment to make the arrest. So at its heart, this whole thing is a fundamental clash of 2 completely different stories. On one side, the government is alleging a conspiracy, saying that Lemon and the others interfered with people's religious freedom. But on the other side, Lemon's defense is saying, whoa, 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 he was just doing his job, journalism, which is protected by the First Amendment, and that these charges are really just a political distraction. It's a total head-on collision of constitutional rights. Okay, so Don Lemon's battle is public, it's loud, it's going to be fought in court. But now let's pivot for a second. What happens when the force that's silencing you is completely invisible? When there's no arrest, no lawyer, not even anyone you can argue with? Imagine you're a creator. You're posting your content, everything's going great. The views are coming in, the comments are flowing, you're building a real community. Your channel just feels alive. You've hit your stride. And then, literally overnight, it just stops. That familiar buzz of engagement just goes completely quiet. You check your dashboard, no community strike. You check your email, no warning, no explanation. Your videos are still up, but it feels like you're screaming into an empty room. You haven't been banned. You've just disappeared. This is what thousands of creators call being shadow banned. But here's the thing. The platforms themselves, they hate that term. A much more accurate way to think about it is something called algorithmic doubt. See, it's not a punishment. It's a statistical conclusion. The system that's designed to promote your videos has simply lost confidence that people are going to like what you're making. And so, as a precaution, it just turns the volume way, way down. And this doubt, it has very real, very measurable symptoms. We're not talking about a small dip here. We're talking about a catastrophic drop in impressions, like 70, 80, even 95% overnight. Your videos vanish from the homepage. Your shorts get 0 views. Even your own subscribers stop getting notifications. Your core fans might still find you, but the platform has completely stopped introducing you to anyone new. It feels so personal, right? Like you've been put on some secret blacklist. But from the system's point of view, it's totally impersonal. It's not about hate or censorship. It's just about predictability. If the algorithm can't trust your content to make viewers happy, it's just not going to take that risk anymore. So how does this actually happen? Well, it starts when something you do triggers uncertainty. Maybe you switch topics, or your videos are a little too borderline. So as a precaution, the system restricts your distribution. It starts showing your video to smaller and smaller test groups. And here's the killer. If those tiny test groups don't have a super strong positive reaction, your reach completely collapses. It's a quiet, automated death spiral. So let's put these 2 stories right next to each other because this is where it all clicks. Don Lemon's battle is public. The threat is a legal one, the enemy is a visible prosecutor, and the fight happens in a courtroom. But the creator's battle, it's completely private, the threat is algorithmic, the enemy is a totally invisible system, and the fight is just this frustrating, lonely quest to somehow regain the algorithm's trust. And that brings us to the most crucial takeaway here. Whether you're a well-known journalist or an independent YouTuber, the battle for free expression is now being fought on two fronts. It's not enough anymore just to have the right to speak. The real challenge is the fight to be seen, whether the thing blocking you is a courtroom or a computer code.
And this all leaves us with a really critical and frankly kind of scary question for our time. We've built these incredible platforms that give everyone a voice, but at the same time, we've created these powerful new ways to enforce silence, some visible, some invisible. And as both of those forces get stronger, what does the future really look like for any voice that's just trying to be heard?